Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vikti Parivar. Today is day 4. Finish the seed of impurity and become completely clean, pure. Today's topic Perfect Vaishnav. Dadi Prakashmani ji's specialities shared by Dadi Janki ji. 4. Image of support. Dadiji made everyone her companion in serving the yajna, and with love made the foundation of the yajna strong. Yesterday Baba said, "You are the trunk of the tree, and the whole tree is standing with your support." Just as Baba is the great 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 grandfather, similarly, we are also great. The leaves receive water from deep within. All of us have received the fortune to experience. Those who have been in Dadi's company and who have taken sustenance from Dadiji are very fortunate. Dadiji filled our every vein with Baba's teachings, explanations, and cautioning. Now we will listen to Mohini Didiji.
Om Shanti. Dadi Prakashmani was not only lovely, but also has determination. All these Dadis, when they came as young girls, there were so many tests. One thing they never found in life, spiritual effort, as any difficulty. They were so natural in sitting in yoga, doing actions for yajna. And at that time, it's not there was any centers or seva in form of giving knowledge. It was more taking care of yajna. Dadi Prakashmani, her love for yajna. And not only that, but she always used to follow Brahma Baba. When Brahma Baba became avyakt, he gave his hand in Dadi's hand. And Dadi, exactly as Brahma Baba was taking care of yajna, she was doing same. Taking care of Baba's children, taking care of office, taking care of Bhandara, taking care of everything. And because she was doing it, then of course many brothers, sisters, because when, Dadi Brahma Baba left, so Dadi was not alone, but she was chosen. Everyone had lot of love and wanted to support, cooperate with Dadi for everything. So we grew with like, whatever Dadi says, we will do. Whatever she said. Sometimes I remember that if I have something, I will go to her and say, Dadi, this is what my feelings are. Okay, that's good. Think about it, and then we will talk about it. She never put a pressure on anyone. Allow us to grow. with increasing our power to discern, and also kind of make us feel responsible. Because when you discern and decide, then you become responsible, right? I think I might have shared it before that I was in England and there was an invitation from Guyana. So Sister Jayanti and one other sister went. But after 6 weeks, their invitation was finished, so they had to come back. But by that time, there were about 40, 50 Baba's children there. And they said, but what about us? We need something. So it's a long story, but I was offering bhog to Baba because during day, Dadi Janki, every day during day, she will say, go to Baba and get directions. It was very difficult in the beginning in London, for people will come but won't become Baba's children. So it took time. So she will say, okay, go and knock the door of Baba and ask Baba. And one time Dadi had a phone call in the next house. There were two houses, Tennyson 96 and 98. I still remember. So there was a call, so she thought Vogue is being offered, let me go and take call there. So Jayantivan was online telling that I should go. No, because service was very high level, but opposition was also there. So Jayantivan said, I have little bit experience from Delhi about all this. And here I am offering Vogue. At first time Baba is saying, you must go to Guyana. So Dari Janki came, Bhog was over. And I said, Dari, I will go to Guyana. She didn't want it to send me. She said, you are meant for big countries, not small place. And then because Yantivan said, Baba said, so I said, okay, I will go. So I spend a year and then I have to come back for some reason to Madhuban. So I told Dadi Prakashmani that very far and it's little different. So maybe someone else should go. Dadi said, that's fine. But tell me who should go. So I said, okay. So next day we were again, she used to walk in the courtyard. So she was holding my hand and she said, did you think about who? I said, I will go back at least one more year because the kind of service which has been created should be sustained. And it was big center and I said, okay, I will go back. Many instances where she will make you decide what you want. And naturally you become responsible. So is it helping the souls to grow so that their capacities, so that whenever in their life they have to decide, they know how to discern and decide. But for many, many things, the way she taught us, I still remember her. Like just feeling of how, comparative to Dadi's age, I was very young. But the way she helped to grow properly. So I think that she was definitely a true Vaishnav. Won't see anything, won't hear anything. She was not touched. Her intellect was not touched by anything. So, signal for us on this journey is what one has to be. true Vaishnavas. Baba says that if your intellect is hmm, sees slightly, even slightly touched by simple thoughts or by sanskars, says you cannot be called a perfect Vaishnava. So Baba says that when you see something, this point I think we have to thoroughly think, even if you see something or someone doing something, so what you have today, hmm, doing something wrong, Baba says that then even seeing that hmm, has an effect on you, and an account would be also created. So if I see someone stealing something from Yagya, should I see or not? Hmm? So many questions will arise, right? Similarly, just think that if even your intellect, even slightly touched by old sanskars or impure thoughts, Baba says that you could not be called a perfect Vaishnava or completely pure. Yeah, time might come we don't need to see anything, right? So, yeah, but all these points need to be reflected and then see how best we can imbibe them to become a true, perfect Vaishnava. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Didi.
Hello. Om Shanti Devai.
Om Shanti Didi. Very beautiful. You really painted a wonderful picture of the arts or the talents. I was only thinking the today you're going to talk about purity as a 16 celestial degrees full like full moon. But I was appreciating how you talked about Brahma Baba, that one has to have interest in life and make it entertaining and not necessarily have this disinterest like the way people see our disinterest as. So, Didi, I see this as really actually one of the beautiful leadership qualities as well, that how we make our life natural, entertaining, and also, keep everything, interested in life. And
Mm.
same thing with Dadi Prakashmani also, how she was giving the opportunity for you to think and grow and make the decisions. What would you say for those of us growing BKs, in our on this path? Um, Sometimes there is no adoptability. Like you were saying about Brahma Baba, okay, somebody wanted chai, he would make sure chai gets done, and he would also have some. Khichdi, okay, he would also have some and have it done. But in our thinking today, there is, I feel at least, there is a little bit of rigidity in kind of set mind. This is how it should be, that's how it should be. How can we actually follow the Father and be flexible, knowing that that actually is a talent? It's a way of living a yogi life.
Because, see, nothing has to be done by compulsion or forceful, or because very subtly some of the desires will also remain. and they're not really bad desires, but uh, it's like somebody wants to eat something. We cannot say Baba has said, no, you cannot eat this. Of course, vegetarian, sattvic, pure. So I think that allowing people to grow will help, because finally they deeply within gets very, it's all right, it doesn't bother them. But if this whole thing of, I remember that when I used to be more in Harmony House after Murli, we were 7, 8 of them center sisters. So you all will sit together and I ask everyone, what would you like to eat today? What should we cook today? So everyone had different ideas. So I will tell someone to write all ideas. We have 7 days, so we will fulfill everyone's thought. But then after me, there was another sister, and she said, I don't want to hear anyone. I will make what I want. I will play. Because I get very confused when 7 people say 7 things. I said, I feel happy because you already got 7 days menu. So what's the problem? So it depends. Some people, again, I could say they are conservative or they're not able to deal with, but relationship is sharing, no? I was, where I was sharing that thinking partnership, which I learned a lot, which I saw Dadi Prakashmani. I was in Bombay a few days with her, and in the morning she will start calling all Dadis after Amrit Vela 5 in the morning. Dadi, what you doing? I have this idea and I want to share with all Dadis. Like it, if they approve, we will do it. Anything. And I really learned from there. Until now, unless I have talked to few souls, those who are around me, I won't do anything. Because I feel that everyone's participation, whether in thinking or doing, is really the right model, no? So that nobody feels I do it. And time might come, I want help, they will say, let her do it. So we look at the whole thing of how Brahma Baba, when he decided to surrender, he had a trust of 8 dadis, 8 sisters, right? And then he gave everything, made a will in name of all these trustees, young ones. But after that, Baba never, how can why money is used in this way? Because he didn't had consciousness that I gave money. But people, if they give something and they see, oh, why it is being done like that? Because they always remember I gave. I gave money, I gave this, or anything they gave. But with what we found with Brahma Baba, that it was not like that. So I think how to, whether create a team, whether it is creating uh, trust or creating. So we always have to see that, it's good to be conservative in one way. That means I'm very particular about disciplines, particular about certain things, the way we have to do yagya things. So I have to be conservative, but then otherwise, conservative doesn't mean that I decide, I do it. No, that shouldn't happen. Yeah, so it's not only food, but it could be setup of center, it could be what should be in the program, what should be cooked. So everything, I think one has to follow maryadas, but not be conservative.
Didi, in terms of this, taking the almost like consensus building, actually, what Dadi was doing, getting everybody's blessing or cooperation. Now, we could say Dadi had that spiritual authority. And now, if we're replicating a model like that, let's say we have a team and we suggest something, but everybody would have so many different opinions. So how do you actually come to a conclusion and say, let's go with this? Is it a majority or is it one of the center coordinator
Yeah.
decides, okay, this is what we're going to go with it? Or is it the Srimad that is upheld to make sure that even though 90% of the people are saying one thing, but maybe the main coordinator feels that no, that is not what Baba wants. So how do you actually do the consensus building or decision making?
Mm. In the, when we all start going to Madhuban, many were new. So we will have meeting for a program. And we all had different ideas. Then Didi Mohini will come. She listened to all ideas. And then she will say, okay, let's tell Baba. And whatever Baba says, we will all do it. But then Baba also will say, what do you all want? What do you all want? So definitely it was majority where, they will do everything. But certain principles have to be remembered, right?
Mm,
Like whenever people say uh, the topic they decide for the program is what people would want. And I always say no. Think about what Baba at present wants us to give as a message to everyone. And then we say in what words we put it so that people can accept it, right? But not all the time what people like, what. So one day it will become like we even forget what really Baba wants. So bringing Baba and deciding anything and also remembering Baba's Shrimad, I think that could help.
mm. Thank you, Didi. That's good. Coming to today's Avyakti signal, um, Baba gives us really a very, very high bar to actually reach perfect Vaishnav, and we have to reach that, no doubt. And while living here in this iron age world and interacting with the people, going to work, people's, going in the public transportation, doing everything, these eyes see things that are not necessarily the best. And it does connect to the old sanskars that the soul has, meaning something gets triggered. So today, Baba is saying, even if you see something like that, then it does have an impression and it does affect you, or that is not the right thing. So, how do you actually, and one might feel even bad, I'm not doing what Baba is saying. So, how do you actually,
I think
mhm,
as one progresses, morning Amrit Vela practice, as we progress spiritually, one is able to do everything like, whatever, whether it is in seeing or hearing. And I think many are, majority, or at least some are able to do it in a natural way. And I want to assure everyone that if you do right way, listen to Murli, do your practice, do proper Amrit Vela, the energy which you have will help you that in whichever circumstances you are, you can definitely be able to follow what Baba is saying as Baba's Shrimad or a Vyakti signal. So don't think that it's too difficult.
mhm,
Just follow, do it, what Baba wants you to do for your spiritual sustenance, spiritual progress, and other things will be very, very natural.
mhm. And also, isn't it, Didi, that it's the awareness that we hold? Like Baba says, see but don't see, or whatever you see in this world will not remain tomorrow. This deep awareness that we hold, and we are seeing everything with that lens as that awareness, so that our attitude actually does not get affected, because it's the attitude that gets affected, and then we feel differently. So if I hold my awareness to be very high, then I maintain the purity of my attitude.
Mm. Yeah, but also, there are a lot of situations when I see it, what I find that, let's say I have a principle of total honesty or total transparency, or uh, be altruistic, not have desire. I mean, I have some basic principles, and whatever people are doing, even we might say majority are doing, but I am not going to do it. I am a Brahmin, so I cannot be Vaishya, mean bargain, money, all the time. I always remind myself. And then, so golden aged sanskar, golden aged nature, and not also argue a lot. I don't argue because I feel that is also Kshatri
Mm.
sanskars. I know. So I think that you have to hold on to your principles. And that's what in India, when I'm there, some people come to tell me that I should be helping. I said, and then they say, we know you hold to your principles, but still we are requesting. So everyone knows that I'm not going to be just doing it because any temptation or any desire or anything. So I think everyone in their life finally had to take the strength from their own principles and then go on, whether relationships, whether Baba's task. But this is what I am, and I will be like that.
Right. I like this strength of the principles. That's a very nice word to hold. Yeah. Great. Well,
Mm.
thank you, Didi. Very nice conversing with you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for coming.
Ji. Om
Om
Shanti.
Shanti.
Om Shanti.